Good morning, everyone. It's time for our signpost, our guidepost, our inspiration for the day. And the piece of writing I've got to bring to you today is something I wrote back in 2016, and it's called The Treasure Within. I met a man who had the gift of manifesting fish and bread. He said I too could work miracles from my heart, not from my head. I asked him to tell me more. He said, there's not much more to say. But I still wanted him to speak again because I thought he knew the way. He asked me how long I'd been so poor and desiring to be told how to manifest my needs met and been looking for some gold. I said, I've been sat here almost 40 years. And when he heard my answer, it left him near to tears. What are you sitting on, my friend? I said, it's just a box. He asked me what's inside. Oh, I think it's just old rocks. Open it, he said to me. I refused at first, but then I saw the light in his eyes, and soon my will did bend. As I opened up the box, the stranger disappeared, and I saw not rocks, but gold. Now my face was filled with tears. I had the treasure all along. It was in my reach, just within. And now I see how fish and loaves were made manifest by him. This poem came from a picture of an old crate, a wooden box with a man sat on it. And the expression was in my mind already. The treasure is within, that everything that we actually need for our lives, everything that we're sent here to do, where every calling that we have, the treasure that we need to be able to complete the task is within us. We don't have to look outside. And just this picture of this homeless guy, this hobo, sat there on this box for 40 years. He got nothing in the world but this box that he sat on. It was his chair. And he wasn't looking what was it within the box. He was just sat there begging, asking other people to give him what he needed for 40 years. And I was the man. In a metaphorical sense, that's what I'd been doing. I'd been asking for people to help me. Help me. Will you please help me? When actually the treasure that I needed, I'm not talking about gold, I'm talking about all the other types of treasure that I thought were missing from my life, especially love. Now, I was looking for love. I wanted someone to show kindness and tenderness to me, and I'm the one that's supposed to be doing it. And so the gold is a metaphor for everything that we need for this life, not only for ourselves, but for the people that we meet. You know, we can help others. We're supposed to, and it's the love that's within us that can help to bring joy and comfort and excitement and tenderness and everything that people need from us. All the things that we were called to do. It's what am I going to speak about this morning? And I'm even toying with the idea this morning, if I'd have had company with me, because most mornings I do, I was thinking if I do have company, I might not just say anything at all. I might just see where the Spirit takes us, like the Quakers. They wouldn't say anything unless the Spirit was to take them, prompt them to speak, and they still do it. That's how they have their meetings. Most of them are in silence, but I think it's probably more out of being scared of what will happen if I say something. But the Quakers used to actually shake. They used to move backwards and forwards or side to side, and and the Spirit of God would take control over their bodies and speak words of prophecy or words of kindness or words of love through them. And I think that would be quite a good thing to do, just to sit quietly and hear what's being said. And then I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll get something ready for this talk, just in case no one else shows up. And then I'm not just sat here looking at the screen for 15 minutes. And so I found this very quickly. And I thought, yes, that's probably the message for today that we all need to hear, including me. If I'm pointing at you, there's three fingers pointing back at me, that the treasure that we need for our lives has already been given to us. It's already in our possession. It's already in our control. And all we have to do is to look within. And the box is just a metaphor for your own heart. You look within your own heart and you'll find what you're looking for there. The manifestation of fish and bread, it's an expression that Wayne Dyer used, that people who have miraculous abilities, they can make something out of nothing. They don't make it out of the mind, they make it out of the heart. They find a way. And that was another expression that came up in conversation recently. God's extremity, no, man's extremity, get it the right way around. Man's extremity is God's opportunity. When you've done all that you can do to bring about that which you want to see happen within the world, when you've dug the depths, when you've looked at in every nook and cranny of your own heart to be able to be a blessing to others, when there's still a desire in your heart to do something for people and you've got nothing left, that's when source energy will step in and will do the miraculous, maybe through you or without reference to you. It'll just happen. And there are many occasions that have been documented of those kind of things happening. So Wayne Dyer was talking about someone who had the gift of fish and bread, or loaves and fish, which is what Jesus did when he fed the 5,000. So this is what I believe is the what we used to call in Bible school days the Rhema word of God. The Rhema word is the now word. This is what we're supposed to be listening to today. And it's a very special day in my family, because today, had my dad lived, he would have been 100 years old. And it's almost like he's saying to me, tell them that the treasure's within them. Make them, I want to remind people that they've got a lot more going for them, lad, than what they think they have. That there are resources for you within you that you can call on. That most of the time you don't even look. You're just too busy sitting on. Might be like sitting on your laurels, sitting on your box, sitting on what's gone by, instead of saying, how can this be useful to me? The things that I've learned, the things that I'm aware of, the spiritual guidance that I've received, how can I share that today? Again, in my own life, and make use of it, and also to be a blessing to others, the treasure that is within. I met a man who had the gift of manifesting fish and bread. He said, I could work miracles from my heart, not from my head. I asked him to tell me more. He said, there's not much more to say, but I still wanted him to speak again because I thought he knew the way. He asked how long I'd been so poor and desiring to be told how to manifest my needs met, and had been looking for some gold. I said, I've been sat here for almost 40 years. And when he heard my answer, it left him near to tears. What are you sitting on, my friend? I said, it's just a box. He asked me what's inside. Oh, I think it's just old rocks. Open it, he said to me. I refused at first, but then I saw the light in his eyes, and soon my will did bend. As I opened up the box, the stranger disappeared, and I saw not rocks but gold. Now my face was filled with tears. I had the treasure all along. It was within my reach, just within. And now I see how fish and loaves were made manifest by him. Namaste.